because everybody will be giving suggestion, but you have to take the decision. What I
The reason we are doing this podcast specially to make the people educate because they are not even thinking a law field as one of a career option for them.
right now ఇప్పుడున్న జనరేషన్ లో చూస్తే ఇట్స్ కంప్లీట్లీ నాట్ అబౌట్ ద ఏజ్ లైక్ కెరీర్ ఎలా ప్లాన్ చేసుకోవాలి అనేసి మై సెల్ఫ్ ముత్యాల ధన్విత కాలేజ్ అనేది సీట్ రావడం మంచి కాలేజ్ లో అనడం లైక్ ఇట్స్ రియలీ వెరీ బికాస్ నార్మల్ కాలేజెస్ లో ఇంత ఎక్స్పోజర్ ఉండదు కోర్సెస్ ఉండవు నౌ ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఇస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద గుడ్ వన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ రిలేటెడ్ టు ద లా ఆల్సో
How is someone can get into the law field? Most important thing for whom this could be a career.
No more discussions about because I have seen many of the students like who suffered taking the law. I feel easy ga untundi. It's not about like for the one case there are like many sleepless nights anamata. If you want to pursue the law, then you have to just leave about me daily habits no always kovali kachidanga.
So thank you so much, Dhanvitha, for joining us today. And it was a quite great experience before actually starting because మన చిన్నప్పుడు ఎలాంటి క్వశ్చన్ అడిగినా సరే నీ లైఫ్లో ఏమవుదాం అనుకున్నాము అంటే ఫస్ట్ వచ్చే ఆన్సర్ నేను పోలీస్ అవుతా లేదా లాయర్ అవుతా అని చెప్పేసి జనరల్గా మనం అందరూ చెప్పే ఆన్సర్ అది like 70 to 80% of the people will always do the intermediate and then they'll directly jump into a B.Tech or the normal degree. But you have chosen a different thing, a lawyer. Before we jump into that, just quickly share who you are and what you're doing right now, and we'll just move with that.
Yeah. So first of all, like thank you, Mr. Rajesh, for inviting for this. And so, like, not too briefly, not shortly. So, myself, like Muthyala Dhanvitha. So, right now, I'm in the fourth year of BLLB at Christ Academy Institute of Law, Bangalore. So, my schooling and my intermediate, like PUC, everything was
Mm-hmm.
done in the hometown, which
Okay.
is known as Anantapur.
Mm-hmm.
Then, after the PUC, I joined the BLLB stream.
Okay.
So, that's how it works. Yeah.
Okay. You came into LLB. LLB ఏదైతే లాయర్ ఫీల్డ్ ఏదైతే ఉందో మీరు ఇంటెన్షనల్గానే చూస్ చేసుకున్నారా?
It was not intentional.
ఓకే.
పూర్తిగా ఇంటెన్షనల్ అని చెప్పలేను. Uh, since I told you like I'm from the science background, నేను
యా.
ఎంపీసీ నుంచి వచ్చాను. Then after that, I was focusing on JEE mains because
ఓ.
అప్పుడు నాకు అంత ఐడియా లేదనమాట. సో లా అంటే ఏంటి, లా కెరీర్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది, బికాస్ ఎందుకంటే నా ఫ్యామిలీ పరంగా ప్లస్ అలాగే నేనున్న సర్కిల్ పరంగా చూసుకుంటే ఇట్స్ ఓన్లీ అబౌట్ లైక్ ఎయిదర్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఆర్ doctor. That's it. Only
Yeah.
like two straight options and they. So, but I didn't find it like very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I felt like personally.
Okay.
And JEE mains రాశాను. దాని తర్వాత like rank వచ్చినా కూడా I couldn't digestify or else like I was not comfortable with that stream at all.
Okay.
So then after like why not అప్పుడు కూడా లైక్ గవర్నమెంట్ సర్వీసెస్ ఏమైనా ప్రొసీడ్ అవుదాము అనేసి ఒక మైండ్ సెట్ ఉండింది అనమాట.
Okay. Okay.
సో దెన్ ఐ థాట్ లైక్ ఓకే క్లాట్ వుడ్ బి వన్ ఆఫ్ ద బెస్ట్ ఆప్షన్. ఇట్ ఈస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద లా ఎంట్రన్స్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఫర్ టు గెట్ సీట్ ఇన్ ద ఎన్ఎల్యూస్,
Okay.
నేషనల్ లా యూనివర్సిటీస్.
Okay.
So then I attempted for the CLAT. Then I took break for 1 year
Mm-hmm.
for the CLAT preparation అనమాట.
Oh.
దెన్ యా, సో దాని తర్వాత నేను డైరెక్ట్ గా బిఎల్ఎల్బి జాయిన్ అయ్యాను. సో అలా.
The intent of the podcast for the people who are watching. So the reason we are doing this podcast specially to make the people educate because they are not even thinking a law field as one of a career option for them, and that is the only reason I wanted to really talk with the law student to understand their point of view uh, because they are perceiving it right now. So they might be
Yes.
completed their 10th and plus 2 as well before before they actually joining it, and I wanted to understand the mindset of the person who actually pursuing it because there will be a lot of difference between a person who is already completed it and working in it between the person who is actually pursuing it right now because he or she understand everything in detail at this moment because they are actually being in that situation right now. So that is the
Yes.
reason we are doing this podcast for the people. And yeah,
Yeah.
I think how someone can get into the law field. Let's start from 10th standard as well. Like, how should
Okay.
they start? So, what
No.
they need to start preparing themselves, and
Okay.
also most important thing, for whom this could be a career.
Okay.
Yeah,
So first thing, I'm talking about this generation perspective because
yeah,
mundunna
Mundu's.
generation perspective ఒకవేళ చూస్తే like we don't have that much options and
Yeah, yeah,
like career options we just don't have and
yeah, yeah.
the environment where we live with the people కావచ్చు ఫ్యామిలీ కావచ్చు like there are no more discussions about it like career
Hmm.
ఎలా ప్లాన్
Yeah, yeah.
చేసుకోవాలి అనేసి. So from this generation perspective, since you said from the 10th, so
Hmm.
there are law entrance exams. So like
Okay,
CLAT Kavachu and SLAT exam, which focus on the symbiosis colleges. And
okay.
we have like other law set exams like AP law set, Telangana
Hmm.
law set. So
Hmm.
ఇలా different colleges లో కూడా seat రావచ్చు అన్నమాట. So
Okay.
for that, but if you really want like very good exposure in the law, and
Hmm.
because like it like for simple example, ఇప్పుడు ఇంజనీరింగ్ సీట్ మనకి ఏమైనా రావాలి అంటే like the person who is joining in the normal college and the
Yeah.
person who is joining in IITs and NITs makes a
Hmm.
huge difference, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
same ఇప్పుడు law లో కూడా colleges ఉంటాయి. So
Hmm.
that's where the CLAT begins.
Okay.
Common law entrance exam అన్నమాట. So
Okay.
for that, like if you get seat, then you will be getting seat in the national law universities. So
Hmm.
the difference I'm telling. So
Okay.
the people who really want to pursue the law, main
Hmm.
గా ఈ career లో focused గా ఉండాలి అంటే, like after getting into the very good college, so
Hmm.
they can start doing their internships కావచ్చు, connectivity పెంచుకోవడం
Hmm.
కావచ్చు,
Hmm. Hmm.
not from the fourth year or fifth year,
Yeah,
right
yeah.
from the first year they have like very good exposure, and
Okay.
it's not about only the judicial persons to మాత్రమే
Hmm.
connectivity కాదు, you will be
Hmm.
having the connections for the executive department,
Okay.
legislative departments కావచ్చు,
Okay.
and also judiciary, as you know, with the judges,
Hmm.
advocates ఇలా. And the people who really want to go for the ఎగ్జామినేషన్స్ లైక్ గ్రూప్ 1 గ్రూప్ 2
Hmm.
కావచ్చు,
Hmm. Hmm.
లేకపోతే ఇప్పుడు సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ అంటారు. సో ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ లా ఎస్పెషలీ ద బిఏఎల్ఎల్బి, సో
Hmm. Hmm.
మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద సిలబస్ విల్ బి కవర్డ్ సో దట్ ద
Okay.
పీపుల్, yes, so that is one of the good option. Then
Okay.
after 10th you will be obviously going for the +2 like
Hmm. Hmm.
intermediate join
Hmm.
అవ్వచ్చు. If they want to go for the degree or else like BTech, then they
Hmm.
can, and after that they can go for the 3 years LLB. But
Okay.
if not, like if they want to continue law immediately after intermediate, then they can choose the 5 years course. So
Okay.
this where the pattern of the law begins.
Great. Sounds interesting. And what are the
Yeah.
subjects? Oh, ఏమేం సబ్జెక్ట్స్ కవర్ అయితే బేసిక్‌గా
Uh,
లా సెక్టార్‌లోకొచ్చేటప్పటికి, లా
yes.
పాత్‌లోకొచ్చేటప్పుడు?
So I mean, like very openly saying and seriously saying, like there are many multiple subjects. So right
Okay.
now, like I'm pursuing 5 years BLLB.
Mhm.
So if you see, like for every semester, we have like total of 10 semesters. So in that
Okay.
10 semester, each semester consists of like at least like 4 to 5 subjects.
Okay.
So in the starting initial year, like for example, 5 to 6 semesters వరకు, like most probably 5 semesters వరకు, like
Mhm.
you will be covering the syllabus both from law as well as the BA subjects if you choose the
Okay.
BLL.
Okay.
So as well as like for BBA LLB and BCom LLB వాళ్ళకి, like you know how the degree subjects will be
Yeah,
there
yeah, yeah.
for the same degrees. So
Mhm.
our subjects ఉంటాయి, but especially since we are focusing on law, like
Hmm.
constitutional law, administrative, like n number of laws we have, like more
Okay.
than like 30 plus, like
Okay.
that laws we have to study. And it's
Hmm.
not about like we have to stick only the subjects which are given by the college or the
Okay.
syllabus, but
Mhm.
still we do have the courses, different courses, so the
Okay.
people choose that courses and get the certifications also. That's why like I'm saying the college is like very important. College
Hmm.
అనేది సీట్ రావడం మంచి కాలేజ్ లో అనడం,
Yeah.
like it's really very important because normal colleges లో ఇంత exposure ఉండదు and
True.
add-ons like courses ఉండవు. Now
Hmm.
artificial intelligence is one of the good one. So
Yeah.
it is related to the law also. Data
Okay.
privacy అనేది ఒక మంచిది, cyber
Mhm.
security. So this kind of courses were also like, you know, like for example, ఇప్పుడు డాక్టర్ అంటే they will be having little knowledge about only doctor,
Yeah.
like how doctors work or our subject. ఇప్పుడు
Hmm.
engineering అంటే same అంతే.
Yeah.
But law is like you will study from all the streams. Like
Okay.
ఇప్పుడు for example, doctor field కి వస్తే obviously you have to study about medical negligence. Engineering, ఒకవేళ రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ ఇలా సివిల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కానీ ఇలా వస్తే definitely you have to get knowledge about how real estate works.
Yeah.
So this kind of like we have touch in every stream, and accordingly
Okay.
we have to update our knowledge also. సో
Okay.
కేసెస్ చదవడం, ఇంపార్టెంట్ కేసెస్ కావచ్చు, లైక్ ఏమైనా చేంజెస్ జరిగాయా, ఎస్పెషల్ గా లాలో ఏమైనా అమెండ్మెంట్స్ జరిగాయా. సో వీ హ్యావ్
Hmm.
టు బి
Up to
లైక్
date.
లిటిల్ ఫోకస్డ్ అండ్ అప్డేటెడ్. యా.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true. Everywhere it works in the same way, even in an engineering
Yes.
degree, normal degree. But the reason behind నేను క్వశ్చన్ అడగడానికి రీజన్ ఏంటి అంటే, సో ఎవరికైతే మ్యాథ్స్ కొంచెం టఫ్ అనిపిస్తుందో దే ట్రై టు అవాయిడ్ బీటెక్ యాజ్ అన్ ఆప్షన్, కెరియర్ ఆప్షన్ ఫర్ ది ఫ్యూచర్. And they'll jump
యా.
into a degree, they'll just do a normal degree, which most of the people who actually didn't qualified in MSET, they'll just be pursuing degree.
ఎస్.
అండ్ లాలో కూడా కొంచెం ఎలా మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ రిలేటెడ్ ఏమన్నా కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఏమన్నా కవర్ అవుతాయా, లేకపోతే ఎలాంటి కైండ్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ని, ఎలాంటి కైండ్ ఆఫ్ లైక్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నార్మల్ నార్మల్ వెరీ వెరీ నార్మల్ స్టూడెంట్, దే డోంట్ నో వాట్ టు డూ ఇన్ లైఫ్. ప్రతి ఒక్కరు ఉండే
ఎస్.
సిచ్యువేషన్ ఇది. ఈవెన్ మీ, రైట్ ఆఫ్టర్ మై 10th I don't know what to do. My parents and my brothers told me to jump into inter because you'll get a clarity, at least a clarity. If you pursue inter, you'll be getting multiple options to pursue degree, btech, law, or you can write other government exams as well. We'll be getting multiple platters which we can actually pick
ఎస్.
right after an inter. So that's why I
ఎస్.
joined an intermediate, and right after inter, I don't know
యా.
what to do again. And then everyone are
యా.
doing the BTech, I jumped into BTech. So the similar way,
యా.
if a person don't know what to do with the career, or what kind of a career path they don't know what choose to pursue for the future. So for those people, can law be a career
Obviously
for
it
them?
will be. Yes, obviously it
Sustain,
will be.
because
But
sustenance is also very important. The competition.
yes, yes, true. సో బికాస్ సి ముందంతా ఎలా ఉండే అంటే ఇట్స్ ఆల్ అబౌట్ నాట్ ఫస్ట్ జనరేషన్ లాయర్ వాట్ ఐ ఫెల్ట్.
Mm-hmm.
సో బికాస్ ఫ్యామిలీ పరంగా ఒకవేళ లాయర్స్ కావచ్చు,
Mm-hmm.
ఎదర్ అడ్వకేట్స్ కావచ్చు, అట్లీస్ట్ లైక్ ఎనీ ప్యానల్ విచ్ ఇస్ రిలేటెడ్ టు లా ఉంటే లైక్
Mm-hmm.
డెఫినెట్లీ ద నెక్స్ట్ జనరేషన్ అలాగే గ్రో అవుతూ ఉంటుంది, బికాస్
Yeah, yeah.
కనెక్షన్ ఆల్రెడీ స్టార్ట్ బిల్డ్ అయిపోయి ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి.
True.
But right now, like the what people, many of the students, even when I go for the workshops or conduct any surveys in the schools,
Mm-hmm.
especially, so
Okay.
they'll be having the same doubt. Like, ఇది ఎలా అంటే వర్కౌట్ అవుతుందా లేదా ఈ కెరీర్, సో లాంగ్
Okay.
ప్రాసెస్ అవ్వదా, లైక్ వెదర్
Mm.
బికాస్ ఇట్స్ ప్రొడక్టివ్ ఆర్ నాట్ అట్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద డే, we have to think whether our work is productive in the nature or not.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
so for that thing, what I felt is like law is one of the very good option if they were like too
Okay.
focused.
Okay.
If they were not focusing into the law, or else like as I said, if they are not updating daily
Mm-hmm.
about how to do the research papers కావచ్చు, drafting కావచ్చు, లేకపోతే
Mm.
ప్రాక్టికల్ ఎక్స్పోజర్ ఆ నాలెడ్జ్ లేకపోతే ఇట్స్ వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్
Okay.
టైమ్ స్పెండింగ్ దీస్ మెనీ 5 years into the law. And
Mm-hmm.
it's waste of time because 5 years తర్వాత anyways you will go for the practice, or else like if you want to work in the corporate sector, but still you need that, like ఆ హ్యాబిట్ అనేది ఉండాలి ఖచ్చితంగా
Yeah,
స్టార్టింగ్
yeah, true,
నుంచి.
true.
సో దట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ సజెషన్, బికాస్ నేను డైరెక్ట్ గానే ఇప్పుడు స్టూడెంట్స్ కి చెప్తాను, లైక్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు పర్స్యూ ద లా దెన్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు జస్ట్ లీవ్ అబౌట్ సమ్ థింగ్స్, మీ డైలీ హ్యాబిట్స్ నువ్వు వదిలేసుకోవాలి ఖచ్చితంగా,
Yeah.
లైక్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ లేట్ నైట్ వర్క్స్ కావచ్చు.
Mm.
So these are like very perks and what like important perks.
Mm.
So that is one of the thing. And
Okay.
moreover, the students, what I feel is like first of all, I have to thank for my parents. Like they were
Okay.
like very understanding. It's not about like literate or illiterates, but still they try to understand what is the field and what are. So
Mm-hmm.
what I felt is like స్టూడెంట్స్ కంటే పేరెంట్స్ ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ మాట్లాడాలి, వాళ్ళకి ఏమి ఇష్టం, వాళ్ళు చేస్తారా లేదా అనేది వాళ్ళకి కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ లేకపోతే హౌ కెన్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్ ఇన్ దట్ ఏజ్ బిల్డ్ ద కాన్ఫిడెన్స్.
Exactly.
బికాస్ రైట్ నౌ ఇప్పుడున్న జనరేషన్ లో చూస్తే ఇట్స్ కంప్లీట్లీ నాట్ అబౌట్ ద ఏజ్. ఒక
హ్మ్.
8 ఇయర్స్, 7 ఇయర్స్ పిల్లోడు కూడా ఇప్పుడు దే వర్ ఫోకసింగ్ ఆన్ ద టెక్నాలజీ, కంటెంట్ క్రియేషన్ కావచ్చు.
హుహుహు.
రైట్?
యాహ్! యాహ్!
Like they were going and giving like multiple workshops and
హ్మ్.
summits. Everything is going on right now. It's not about
యాహ్!
the
యాహ్!
age.
హుహు.
Yeah, so first they have to discuss in the home and
హుహు.
if they were ready and
ఓకే.
అంతేగాని లైక్ ఫోర్స్ఫుల్ గా నా పేరెంట్స్ వల్లనో లేకపోతే ఫ్యామిలీ వల్లనో నేను లా జాయిన్ అయ్యాను అంటే ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఎ కరెక్ట్ థింగ్ వాట్ ఐ ఫెల్ట్
ఓకే. ఇట్
బికాస్
వోంట్
ఐ హ్యావ్
వర్క్.
సీన్ మెనీ ఆఫ్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్ లైక్ హూ
హ్మ్.
సఫర్ టేకింగ్ ద లా బికాస్
ఓకే.
వాళ్ళ జనరేషన్ లాయర్స్ అయినా సరే బట్ స్టిల్ దే డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ సో
ఓకే.
ఆబ్వియస్లీ దే ఆర్ నాట్ ఫోకసింగ్ ఎనీథింగ్ సో
హ్మ్.
that's what like my suggestion
Got
I
it.
want to
So,
give.
a quick question. So, you got the
Yeah.
interest before joining it, or you got the interest when you are pursuing it?
Basically, I mean, law paranga
Yeah,
chuste
pursuing.
after joining because
Okay.
I already told you, right? So
Mhm.
maybe law తీసుకుంటే కొంచెం నా సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ కి యూస్ఫుల్ అవుతుందేమో or else
Mhm.
గవర్నమెంట్ సర్వీసెస్ కి యూస్ఫుల్ అవుతుందేమో అని నేను అనుకున్నాను.
Okay.
But 1 year తర్వాత, like completely after 2 semesters, I realized, okay, I'm in love with this law field అనేది నాకు
Okay.
అర్థమైంది.
Okay.
Because right now, like civil services or like nothing was not in my mind or option.
Okay.
Either I have to go completely for the law side. That's it.
Mm.
That is the only one biggest option I have. So that's
Okay.
where my interest started. And ఆ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అనేది ఒక హ్యాపీ మూమెంట్స్ అనే కాదు బట్
Mhm.
దెర్ ఆర్ మెనీ థింగ్స్ విచ్ ఐ కుడెంట్ డివాస్టింగ్ లైక్ షాకింగ్ మూమెంట్స్ కావచ్చు
Mhm.
లైక్ ఐ కుడెంట్ డైజెస్ట్ అట్ ద స్టార్టింగ్ ఇనిషియల్ ఇయర్ like 2 semesters
Okay.
because many lot of rejections and we
Mhm.
have like very good exposure from the college and
Okay.
students environment lecturers తో మాట్లాడటం ఇదంతా but it's all about your personal work also you have to work
Yeah,
hard
yeah. True, true, true.
because everybody will be giving suggestion but you have to take the decision what I feel
Yeah.
so yes so it's after joining law I completely came into this field I understood about this field yeah
Great. Like that's great to know. Like as you said, like the suggestions are everywhere. We need to make a decision what we need to do.
yes
So that's
yeah
completely true. I agree to that. So as we have covered something that how someone can actually enroll into law and pursue it, and
yes
so I just wanted to understand what will happen in those 5 years. What they exactly do if either it is a 3 years program or five
Mm,
years. So what exactly
okay
they will be doing it?
so nowadays, according, I mean, like in this perspective,
Mhm.
chala colleges, mostly I think 80 to 90% of law colleges, most of the people will be having like one structure.
Okay.
Basically, like it's not about only the semester exams we have.
Mm-hmm.
ఒకవేళ లా అనే కెరీర్ కి వస్తే లైక్ ఐ థింక్ లైక్ గుడ్ మార్క్స్ ఈవెన్ దో ఇఫ్ యూ స్కోర్ లైక్ అవుట్ స్టాండింగ్ ఆర్ ఏ ప్లస్ ఇట్ డజంట్ మ్యాటర్
Okay.
the theoretical work అనేది okay it matters the theoretical work but not completely the
Yeah.
practical గా మనం నేర్చుకోవడం కావచ్చు
Mm-hmm.
సో ఇవన్నీ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అన్నమాట సో ఫర్ దాట్
Okay.
లైక్ నాట్ ఓన్లీ మై కాలేజ్ బట్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద కాలేజెస్ విల్ బి హ్యావింగ్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్ రైట్ సో
Okay.
ఆ స్ట్రక్చర్ లో లైక్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ద ఇంటర్న్షిప్స్ ఇన్
Mm-hmm.
డిఫరెంట్ ప్లేసెస్ లైక్ ఫర్
Okay.
ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇంటర్న్షిప్స్ లైక్ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ కోర్ట్ హై కోర్ట్ సుప్రీం కోర్ట్ and if the student is really interested in the corporate sector, then
Mm-hmm.
they can go for the law firms. We do have the law companies also in the
Yeah. Yeah.
like you know the law care. This one
Mm-hmm.
like most of the people don't know. అండ్ ఇంకొకటి కూడా ఏం తెలియదంటే లైక్ ఐటీ కంపెనీస్ సో
Mm-hmm.
ఐటీ కంపెనీస్ లో కూడా మాకు రిస్క్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కింద ఇన్ హౌస్
Yeah.
కౌన్సిల్ పోస్టింగ్స్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట సో
Okay.
దిస్ ఇస్ సో ఫర్ దట్ you have to do like very good internships in tier 1 firm tier 2 firm like
Mm-hmm.
that and research papers అనేది చాలా important like
Okay.
either it is you have to publish lot of papers in the
Hmm.
good journals and also like newspapers కావచ్చు so
Okay.
research papers and publications is very much important and we do have
Mm-hmm.
like you know we have multiple competitions like moot court competitions like for
Mm-hmm.
example moot court competitions ఇంకా ఈజియెస్ట్ వేలో చెప్పాలి అంటే ఇప్పుడు కోర్ట్ సినారియోస్ ఎలా జరుగుతుందో లైక్
Mm-hmm.
పర్టికులర్ కేస్ ఎలా హ్యాండిల్ చేయాలో So
Okay.
that will be like a mock practice. So that is
Okay.
known as a moot court practice anamata.
Okay.
So that is one of the competition, client counsel competition. And
Hmm.
nowadays, like arbitration, mediation is like court outside settlements where, like court burden of cases అనేది
Hmm.
తగ్గిస్తుంది అనమాట. So
Yeah.
all these kind of competitions they used to conduct in the colleges. And
Okay.
the people who are pursuing law, it's very important. Like,
Hmm.
like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
after 10 semesters or 3 years LLB, like 6 semesters,
Hmm.
complete అయ్యేసరికి like if you don't have anything in the resume or if you don't have any practical knowledge, but
Okay.
still if you have like very good marks, but it's what I think is like it worthless. So that's what I feel.
Hmm.
So
True.
okay, you have to maintain like very good percentage,
Hmm.
because like some people will be going for the higher studies in the abroad,
Yeah.
and maybe in the India also for LLM. So for post graduation, okay, maintain the like very good percentage, but
Okay.
practical knowledge,
Is
attending the
very important.
sessions, very much important.
So the same way how actually it works in the with the other education backgrounds as well. Either it is a degree or B.Tech, so they need to have that practical exposure with them to get
Yes,
into any kind of a field that they are actually aiming for. Because even
yes,
companies are looking for the people who are having that kind of a skill set and also the practical experience, not for the people who have this good marks in their mark sheet.
yes,
Because
yes,
now in the era of AI, it became very easy for the people to improve their skill set, but people are not using in the right way that they should. And that's really great to know. And when you're mentioning it, you said like abroad, and also you mentioned that they can pursue it for 3 years and also 5 years, if I'm not wrong.
yes,
So what is the difference
yes,
between
yes.
3 years and the 5 years one?
So basically, 3 years, the people after completing their degree or
Mm-hmm.
maybe BTech or
Okay.
still MBA.
Okay.
So if they are interested, they can join for the 3 years LLB. But
Okay.
like if they are not getting into the good college,
Mm-hmm.
but so it will be like too much difficult for the students,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
True.
before national law universities don't have the program of 3 years LLB at all. They
Mm-hmm.
just only have the program of 5 years LLB, which is
Okay.
like direct from the intermediate, after the intermediate.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, like 3 years LLB is also there. So,
Okay.
but you need to like focus from the first year, because if you see the syllabus, and
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of law subjects also, and
Okay.
you have to cover, and simultaneously you just have the 6 semester, because
Hmm.
నా పరంగా అయితే నేను 5 years ముందు నేను అనుకున్నా ఓకే మనకు చాలా టైం ఉంది, 5 years ఉంది. సో ఈవెన్ దో ఇఫ్ ఐ స్టార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద థర్డ్ ఇయర్ దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ బి ఫైన్, నా
Yeah.
రెజ్యూమ్ పెరగచ్చు అనేసి నేను అనుకున్నా.
Mm-hmm.
బట్ దట్ ఈస్ లైక్ completely wrong.
Okay.
So you have to focus from the first semester itself. Either it is
Mm-hmm.
5 years or 3 years LLB. But if you're getting into like good college exposure, that connections,
Mm-hmm.
so a practical knowledge only, like 3 years and 5 years is like anything is fine,
Okay.
completely fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but
It
varies
won't be
from the
much of a
different
difference between three and
subjects.
five.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yes,
got it, got it. So you also mentioned like internship plays a vital role for for the
yes,
people who are actually pursuing law as a
yes,
career option for them. So how to get into these
yes.
internship opportunities? Will the college provide? College ఏమైనా provide చేస్తుందా? లేదా స్టూడెంట్స్ ఇంటర్న్షిప్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ గురించి బయట ట్రై చేయాలా? బికాస్ ఇట్స్ నాట్ లైక్ అదర్ ఇంటర్న్షిప్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ టెక్నికల్ everywhere
Yes,
available technical internship opportunities or non-technical internship opportunities. There are multiple options for the students to get into, but whereas in law there will be a less, what I believe, because
yes,
there will be very less competition as well. That's what I think. I
yes.
don't know how actually that works, and I wanted to hear from
Yeah,
you.
I think like yeah, it's true, but it works in the both scenarios, like from the
Okay.
college as well as you personally applying for the internships. So
Hmm.
first we'll talk about the college thing. So
Okay.
I think most of the colleges will be having different committees like internship
Hmm.
cell,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
placement committee. So these two committees provide the internships. So if any, I mean like if you take the top tier one companies or till the tier three companies,
Yeah.
there'll be, like there are many websites also right now, like
Yeah. Yeah.
mainly the LinkedIn post.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So we have other websites also like Indeed,
Hmm.
Naukri. So
Hmm.
ilanti vatillo the companies obviously post they will be having the internship in so
Mm-hmm.
and so month. So accordingly, the college also will get the HR list, or else
Okay.
the people who are related to that company or associates, or
Mm.
there are some of the government sectors also, like for example legislative assembly లో మనం
Okay.
ఒక ఎమ్మెల్యే దగ్గర వర్క్ చేయడం. So
Oh.
to understand the executive work. And
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the judiciary, not only judiciary, like we have the DLSC also, District Legal Service Authority. So
Okay.
it's about like completely legal services where the
Okay.
people go and conduct the programs for the schools and different colleges,
Mm-hmm.
like legal awareness ఇవ్వడం.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they do, yeah, or else like reputed judges దగ్గర మనం internship చేయడం. So
Hmm.
to know the groundwork from starting onwards.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
all these kind of options, like either the college will provide, if if your college particularly have this
Yeah.
committees, or else like the individual should also, the students, since they have to update themselves, they have to go through and they have to update their resume also,
True,
like for
true.
example, yes. So you have, it's not about like for example I did 10 internships, it's not about I have to keep everything in my resume, because
Okay.
it should not exceed also, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because the first impression, right, like the resume and CV, how you
Yeah.
draft the email. So rejection's gonna happen during that first impression itself.
Hmm.
So you have to update the resume, you have to start applying. And
Okay.
when it comes to the tier one, I personally have the experience that, I mean, to get into the tier one firm, it's been like 9 to 10 months back I applied.
Okay.
Then, yes. So అంత లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ కాంపిటీషన్ ఉంటుంది అండ్ హెచ్ఆర్ రౌండ్స్ జరుగుతూ ఉంటది.
Okay. Right after internships, or right after they're completing their 6 or 3 years of their law career, like law path as a student, what next? So how they will be getting the job opportunities? Is that difficult, like getting a software job, or it will be easy for a person to get into a law job? How actually it works?
Both were difficult, what I feel,
Okay.
because I do have some of the people who are suffering to get job in the software.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
there are
true.
people in, yeah, I'm in this career and I know how like very difficult it is. So it's difficult in both the scenarios, what I tell. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, like, unless you have like very, like, since we are, if the student is having the perspective to go for the government exams or either
Mm-hmm.
for the higher studies like LLM, అంటే పోస్ట్
Mm-hmm.
గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ కావచ్చు,
Yeah.
లేకపోతే if they want to pursue the MBA, because like right now the business management, to know
Yeah.
about the business management, get into that field, and
Mm-hmm.
మెయిన్గా అబ్రాడ్ కానీ ఇలా ఆస్ట్రేలియా లైక్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇలా తీసుకుంటే, they do have the law students have like very good growth in the sustainable environment development. So ఇలాంటి టైప్ ఆఫ్ కోర్సెస్ లో కూడా లైక్ మంచి గ్రోత్ ఉంటుంది. బట్
Okay.
వెన్ ఇట్ కమ్స్ టు ద ప్రాక్టీస్,
Hmm.
యాజ్ ఎ అడ్వకేట్ గా నువ్వు ఎన్రోల్ అయ్యి ఒకవేళ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి అనుకుంటే, it's like it's not like overnight process అన్నమాట. Like it takes
Mhm.
lot of time
Yeah.
and lot of like lot of pressure కావచ్చు, time కావచ్చు, because once you start like practicing as a junior lawyer, or obviously like your I mean, money wise, which is chala less. Like they'll be
Okay.
paying like 10,000, 5,000,
Okay.
and it depends upon the associate office or where you
Hmm.
work in. So,
Okay.
but career wise, ఒకవేళ చూసుకుంటే ప్రాక్టీస్ అనేది కూడా లైక్ మంచి ఫీల్డ్ అన్నమాట. లైక్
Okay.
వన్స్ యూ స్టార్ట్ ప్రాక్టీసింగ్, ఒక 5 years కావచ్చు, లేదంటే 10 years తర్వాత లైక్ ample amount of knowledge and ample amount of practice exposure అనేది నీకు
Hmm.
అలవాటు అవుతుంది కాబట్టి,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
obviously it will be like very great opportunity, like
Okay.
settle అవ్వచ్చు. But there are some people who wants money like in the starting stage, because
Mm-hmm.
it's not about like you have to enjoy your life, but it's
Yeah.
about the needs also. So
Yeah.
that is also very much important. Like for example, most of the people who are like they need for their parents కావచ్చు,
Mm.
లేదంటే ఫ్యామిలీ నీడ్స్ తో కావచ్చు, obviously they want to earn money.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for
true.
that reason, yeah, for that reason, like if you work in the companies like firms
Mm.
లో కావచ్చు, ఇలా అంతా, it's like like bit typical and difficult also, like
Okay.
to get into with very good firms, it takes time.
Okay.
బికాస్ ఇంటర్న్‌షిప్స్ అనేది చాలా మ్యాటర్ అవుతుంది.
Yeah,
అండ్
yeah.
ద వే ద హెచ్ఆర్ రౌండ్స్ కావచ్చు, లేకపోతే
Hmm.
అసెస్మెంట్ ఇంటర్న్‌షిప్ లైక్ వేర్ ద సాఫ్ట్‌వేర్ ఇంజినీర్స్ హావ్ ద ట్రైనింగ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ బిఫోర్ జాయినింగ్ ద కంపెనీ. సో,
Okay.
యాస్ వెల్ యాస్ లైక్ వీ డూ హ్యావ్ ద అసెస్మెంట్ ఇంటర్న్‌షిప్ ఆల్సో. సో,
Mm-hmm.
అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ దే గివ్ ద మార్క్స్ టు ఇట్ అండ్ సజెషన్స్ ఇవ్వడం లైక్ వెదర్ వీ హావ్ టు ప్రొసీడ్ ఆర్ నాట్ అనేది ఇవన్నీ రూల్స్ అండ్ రెగ్యులేషన్స్ ఉంటది కంపెనీలో అనేది. So
Okay.
for that reason, like it will be like too difficult and too pressurized also because, as I said, like late hours works on time. So even me.
Hmm.
But like it is difficult if you see the software as well as law.
Yeah.
It is difficult to get. Yeah, you have to be like focused, like do good
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
internships.
But
Yeah.
let's take an example from movies. Okay, so right after,
Okay.
they don't actually show how they actually completed their college,
Mhm.
how they actually
Yeah.
pursued their law as a career option. But right
Mhm.
after the graduation, they'll just
Mhm.
become lawyers. And
Yes.
like
Yes.
if you see, they just directly jump into lawyer, they take up the cases, and there is other option as well, right? We can actually start by our own, and people, if people are approaching us, we can take up the cases, and we can also do in the similar same way,
Yes.
right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously, it is different from the movies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So, I mean, like, very simple. Movies లో
Hmm.
నీకు ప్రాసెస్ అనేది నీకు చూపియరన్నమాట.
Hmm.
Like how
Hmm.
you get in,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in years పట్టింది. So
Hmm.
they just don't show the process how it happened. So, but when it comes to the real life scenario, like as you said in the movies, like వాళ్ళే బిల్ చేసుకోవడం ఒక ఆఫీస్ కావచ్చు, లా ఫర్మ్ కావచ్చు,
Hmm. Hmm.
లైక్
Hmm.
ఓన్ గా కేసెస్ రావడం. బట్ ఇన్ ద రియల్ లైఫ్ ఇట్ టేక్స్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్. అండ్
Great. And when you're actually explaining about the question when I asked, so you have used two different words. One is a lawyer, and other one is advocate. So is there any
yes.
difference between a lawyer and advocate, or both are same?
Yes, I mean, like most of the people feel it is same, but
Yeah.
కాదు. So like lawyer అనేది once you after your it's not about like before the enrollment
Hmm. Hmm.
అన్నమాట,
Hmm.
which
Yeah.
means like after the passing like graduation అయిపోయిన తర్వాత even some of the law students also like when they were mostly in the fourth year and fifth year they do like draft the agreements. So
Mhm.
ఇదంతా కూడా ఉంటుంది like
Okay.
moreover it's like a freelancing అన్నమాట. So
Hmm.
it's basically the lawyers don't have any chance or they don't
Okay.
have any right to argue inside the court. లైక్
Okay.
ఇంకా అర్థమయ్యేలాగా అందరికి అర్థమయ్యేలాగా చెప్పాలి అంటే బేసిక్‌గా మూవీస్‌లో కోర్ట్‌లోకెళ్ళి ఆర్గ్యూ చేయడం. సో, ఇవన్నీ
Hmm.
చేస్తుంటారు. థాట్ ఈస్ నోన్ యాస్ ద అడ్వొకేట్స్.
Okay.
వాళ్ళని అడ్వొకేట్స్ అంటారు. బట్
Okay.
లాయర్స్ ఈస్ లైక్ వేర్ దే స్టిల్ నాట్ యెట్ బీన్ ఎన్రోల్డ్.
Okay.
ఏఐబీఈ ఎగ్జామ్ అనేది ఉంటుంది ఫర్ ద అడ్వొకేట్స్ ఎన్రోల్‌మెంట్ అనేసి. సో,
Okay.
లాయర్ ఈస్ లైక్ దే విల్ గివ్ ద సజెషన్స్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రొసీజర్? మనం ఎలా
Okay.
ప్రొసీడ్ అవ్వచ్చు ఈ కేస్‌లో? వాట్ ఆర్ ద లాస్, లెజిస్లేషన్స్?
Hmm.
Is like how to draft the facts, everything. But they don't
Okay.
have any right to go and argue the case inside the court. But
Okay.
advocate and like they can take up the case and they can go and argue in the court.
You have used a new word called judge, like law
Yes,
advocate,
yes,
judge, advocate, and lawyer. So this can be a flow of a person who can, like every person can be a lawyer who are actually pursuing law as a career, and people
yes,
can apply to become an advocate,
yes,
to
yes.
go
And
to court and take up the cases. And how
yes.
can someone become a judge? So they need to have an
So we do
experience.
have the yes, yes, we do have the judicial service examination to be
Okay.
conducted for every state. So, for
Okay.
example, it's not like I'm from the Andhra Pradesh, I have to apply only for AP judiciary. I can
Mm-hmm.
apply for other states also, like
Okay.
wherever I want to become the judge. So,
Mm-hmm.
a particular state యొక్క state judicial services exams అనేసి నువ్వు రాసుకోవచ్చు అన్నమాట. It's more
Okay.
over like like how the civil services happens.
Okay.
But
Okay.
ఇప్పుడున్న రీసెంట్ రూల్ ప్రకారం like before after immediately after your graduation, like how
Hmm.
the civil services aspirants go and write the exam, even we
Okay.
do have the opportunity to go apply for it and become the judge. But
Mm-hmm.
ఇప్పుడున్న సినారియో ప్రకారం like it's different. like after immediately after your graduation,
Hmm.
definitely you have to practice for 3 years. That's what the Supreme Court recently we
Okay.
got this rule from the Supreme Court.
Hmm.
So after the graduation, 3 years practice అనేది చేయాలి. Then
Okay.
only you are eligible to write the judicial post examinations or
Okay.
related to that.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. So you have completed 4 years of your law journey, almost like maybe
yeah,
you are about
almost.
to write your exams. And
Yes.
so during this almost 4 years of journey with the law as your career option, so do you ever
Mhm.
thought, okay, Ki, it's not my cup of tea. Maybe
Mhm.
I made a mistake of choosing this.
Yes, yes,
I know you told that during when you're pursuing it, you got the interest in it, but
yes, yes.
whatever the field it is, you'll be in at some
Mhm.
point in time, you feel that okay, it's not
Yes,
my. I
yes.
might
I
take the
see.
other direction.
Yes. Even now also, like I feel
Okay,
sometimes, like yeah.
okay,
I mean, see, it's not like like I said about like emotions, everything. One time you will get, right?
yeah,
So many times, like at the starting, initially, you're like in my first year till the third semester. Also, I used to get a lot of rejections from the research papers.
hmm,
Everything,
hmm.
whatever I send the mails, research papers పంపియడం అది ఒక 1 week or 10 days కి రిజెక్షన్ రావడం. సో ఇలా అన్నమాట. అండ్
Okay,
ఇంటర్న్షిప్స్ ఆల్సో వెన్ ఐ ట్రై getting the internships, like
hmm.
when I start applying also, like resume ద్వారా or else like cover letter సరిగ్గా
Yeah, yeah,
లేకపోవడం
yeah.
or else interviews అప్పుడు సరిగ్గా పర్ఫామ్ చేయకపోవడం, like I used to
Okay,
think like whether I'm doing correct or not, ఇది
hmm.
రైట్ డైరెక్షన్ లోనే వెళ్తుందా లేదా అనేసి. బికాస్ for me, like if I became low in any of the thing, then
Hmm.
definitely ఆ థాట్ అనేది ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి వస్తది, most of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
people కి.
agreed.
So it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, and not only that, from the family, sometimes it's not about the pressure, but
Mm-hmm.
honestly, నేను లా ఎప్పుడైతే తీసుకున్నానో, లైక్ నా మెయిన్ ఫ్యామిలీ, లైక్ నా పేరెంట్స్, లైక్ మోస్ట్లీ మై
Hmm.
డాడ్ కావచ్చు, లేదంటే మై మామ్, ఈవెన్ దో ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ వర్కింగ్ ఫర్ ద లేట్ అవర్స్, స్టిల్ దే ట్రై టు అండర్స్టాండ్.
Okay.
ఓకే, ఇది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ తనకి. అండ్ ఈవెన్ దే ఆల్సో నో ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ సైడ్, రైట్? లైక్
Mm-hmm.
ఓకే, తిను కావాలనే చేయట్లేదు. ప్యూర్‌లీ వర్క్
She's into
అయితే
something.
ఉంది తనకి అనేసి. యెస్. బట్ దేర్ ఆర్ పీపుల్ స్టిల్ నౌ ఆల్సో, the known, very known people also, still they portray like, whether it works or not.
Yeah,
Like
happens
ఇది మంచి
everywhere.
కెరీరేనా? అండ్ స్టిll I seriously can't understand, like as a female taking this profession will definitely show some of the negative impact for some of the people, usually
Hmm.
very known people. Because
Mm-hmm.
ఇలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్స్ నాకు కూడా చాలా జరిగాయి. ఎందుకు లా, లైక్ ఎదర్ యూ కెన్ టేక్ ఆరామ్సే డిగ్రీ అండ్ గో ఫర్ బ్యాంకింగ్ పోస్ట్ ఆర్
Yeah.
ఎనీ అదర్, లైక్ ఇలా ఉన్నప్పుడు కొన్ని సిచ్యువేషన్స్ ఇలా ఫేస్ అయినప్పుడు డెఫినెట్లీ ఐ ఫీల్ వెరీ లో. And funny things, like even though we plan accordingly, but still
Hmm.
it doesn't work out. సో అలా అన్నమాట. లైక్ ప్రతి ఒక్క షెడ్యూల్ వేసుకోవడం, ఇలా
Yeah.
ప్లాన్ చేయడం. బట్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ లైక్ డ్యూ టు సమ్ అదర్ రీజన్స్ ఆర్ సిచ్యువేషన్స్, డెఫినెట్లీ యువర్ వర్క్స్ గోనా స్టాప్. సో అలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్స్ అనేది ఉన్నాయి. బట్ అట్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద డే, లైక్ లైక్ డెఫినెట్లీ యూ వోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ
Yeah.
ఆప్షన్. డెఫినెట్లీ యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్. లైక్
Yeah. Yeah.
ఇప్పుడు నేను వేరే దాని గురించి ఏమైనా వెళ్దాము అనుకున్నా కూడా అట్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద డే నాకు ఇదే ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వస్తుంది.
Hmm.
సో
Yeah.
ఇట్స్
True.
లైక్
True.
యాహ్! సో ఇట్స్ లైక్ ఫర్ మీ ఇట్స్ లైక్ థట్. సో
Yeah,
యాహ్!
got it. So, because most of the people who are choosing law as a career, they might be inheritant of parents who actually into law for a very long time, or their grandparents, or their relatives who are
Yes.
already into it, and they'll just guide them to pursue this so that they can show them the path that they can actually take right after their graduation from the law. So that's what I believe. And if we don't have that kind of a direction from our family side, so
Yeah.
small things keep we will be facing challenges.
Yes,
Might
yes.
be guidance a kind of a thing, person who can help. We don't have anyone who can guide us through this journey. But whereas inheritant who actually their parents or their grandparents who are already into it, they'll just guide them in a right direction. just take this direction, you'll be finding a path that you can take it for a
Yeah.
longer time. That's what I believe. And
Yes, yes.
if you should tell someone, like as a final thing,
Mm.
who is watching till the end, so if you can sum it
Um,
up. Yeah, you are about to say something.
yeah, no, no, no.
Okay.
Please continue.
So I was about to
Yeah.
ask that, if someone really wanted to pursue law as a career, so two things they should really understand before actually they think of doing it.
So I would like to say it's not about only the career wise in the law,
Okay.
because yeah. So first thing, like you have to be like very consistent. That's what I feel, because
Mm-hmm.
from the starting initial year itself, you have to be like like you have to be very consistent.
Yeah, yeah.
Because what I feel is like PUC, like if you're pursuing that intermediate age, that kind of age, it's like only two options. Either they
Hmm.
can go for the bad thing or good thing, the
Hmm.
behavior wise or
Yeah, yeah.
anything. So you have to realize yourself that you have to be consistent. It's
Hmm.
okay, fine, even though at the starting days, even though if you're not spending uh huge amount of time like
Hmm.
researching or reading, but still
Hmm.
like make it habit, like 1 hour or half an hour, but try
Hmm.
to like even though if you are reading for the 10 minutes, try to
Hmm.
understand that. So
Okay.
that is like very much important. And
Okay.
like one more thing, like okay, personally I'm saying like
Okay.
because it shows impact, right? Like
Hmm.
because you communicate with a lot of people in
Yeah,
the
true.
like daily life.
Hmm.
Because when it comes to this profession, like most of the people will be the strangers for you.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
yeah.
obviously, like how the behavior or that mannerism works in this
Hmm.
profession. So, and for that reason, if someone is giving you a lot of freedom, either your
Okay.
parents or your neighbors or the people whom you communicate, if they
Hmm.
are giving a lot of freedom, please don't misuse it. Either if
Okay.
you are not doing, it's
Hmm.
fine, completely fine,
True.
but please don't misuse it, like because expectations matters, like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like it's like expectations matter. So for that reason, be consistent, focus on your goals. It's not like completely like 24 hours you have to study, because
Hmm.
most of the people think this one also, like lawyers always study the books, always they
Yeah.
will be like bookworm. So they used to think this one, but
Yeah.
it's not. We do enjoy our life,
Hmm.
and the personal life we do maintain.
Okay.
And like we do go for the like enjoyment with the friends, spending
Hmm.
time with them, even like good talks with the lecturers or
It
other
requires.
people. Yes, so connections was good. So it's like it's not about only the bookworm. So
Hmm.
you'll be obviously having the practical exposure, good talkings. So it's like that. So be consistent, that's it, like only one word I want to say.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Danvita. I really agree with you because consistency will take us any way that we wanted to. Because if we are consistent on doing something that we really wanted and we are very desperate about it, we'll be definitely getting into the position that we are aiming for. And we are just on and
Yeah.
on. We will be getting into the position that we are aiming, but the time that it will take will be increased if we are not consistent. I
Yes.
really agree to that. So thank you so
Yeah.
much, Danvita, for sharing your experience as a law student to the people and for the viewers. And thank you so much for spending your time with this call.
Yeah. So I have to be like, thankful for the Rajesh also, because a lot of things I learned from you, because I mean, I saw your podcast. So I
Thank you.
usually follow all the things in the LinkedIn. So the way you are explaining to the students, or,
Mhm.
like about mainly the artificial intelligence, how it works, like how to
Yeah.
use. So it's, like very good thing which I learned in my life, like
Thank
very
you.
good, like very good talking to you and knowing all the things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Great. Thank you so much once again. Maybe I'll be seeing you in the
Yeah.
next video right after your graduation.
Yeah, hopefully.